closed, and the board certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting to which this certification applies, and 2, only such business matters as were identified in the motion concerning the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Stonington?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
Mrs. Garner?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Thank you. Information item, we have an item for VSBA policy revisions as a precursor to our meeting that's scheduled for Monday, July 20th. Ms. Pitter, did you want to talk about this?
Just briefly, just wanted to say very often, that VSBA updates.
Every day? No.
updates their policy based on changes in law. And so this is a comprehensive list of all the updated and revisions, and it's a red line version, so you can see what is crossed out and what is added. And it does need to be voted on. There is a list in there to show you what the revisions are and a brief explanation of each of those policies. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them as best I can, either tonight or, I guess, since this is information only, if y'all could call me.
I can tell you what it says. I've studied it a little bit. Actually, what it says, the old policy was written that when we talk about student liaisons, it's taken the liaison word out, and rather than saying a school board shall have a liaison, it leaves it open for the school board to either have one or not. You don't have to. The second thing, and that's basically all that does, is they just took some words out. That's
Right.
it. And they do that a lot. So
Right.
But the only thing that I caught later, it was under the VSB policy update, and it says, and I had never noticed this before, how to use the update. The explanation is given for each revision, and later in this document, each revision should be examined, and then the school board should decide whether to adopt revised policies. Now, this is a sentence I didn't know, and nobody's ever said anything. Some policies require local input before adoption. Be sure to add information where indicated. I don't think we've ever come out in a meeting and actually asked the public, do you have any questions out here? I mean, y'all ask us, and we sit here.
Right.
But I don't think we've ever shared these policies with the public. And I guess we're posting these on our website so that they can read them, but we have 50% of the population of Mecklenburg County doesn't have a computer, so I don't know how we would put those out, except when we have a meeting, announce it, turn around to the public and say, if you'd like to ask a question, please do. And then we can get public input about that particular policy. I get a lot of people call me at home and want to know, is this school board policy? And you can't remember them all. You know, it's impossible, but they don't know either, so.
All right.
I just happened to read that sentence. That's all I wanted to interject in the meeting.
Ms. Pittard, at one point for the VSBA policy, is there a password we need in order to view it online, or is it open?
No, it's open.
It's
I mean,
just open.
once we do this and y'all approve it, basically they give us a document that has the word blank, and we go back in and put in the word Mecklenburg County, and then any footnotes are removed. Right now, the footnotes should still be in there for you to look, but the final version, the footnotes will no longer be there. So as you go through, this gives you an opportunity to see what's there. And, you know, I don't know if y'all have a better way that you want. There's a lot of information, and it's hard to go over in a school board meeting, but you would just look at the footnotes and then go through each of the policies. Now, if you alter or change any of the VSBA policies, you have to take off their copyright at the bottom of the page. So it would no longer be VSBA policy. We can't alter or change it unless we take that off.
But we can add school board policy.
We can, and I did talk to Ms. Ewing today, like the drug policy. She said that should be added, it's already been voted on, it can be added to the search and seizure policy under students. It's in policy J. It just wouldn't have the copyright VSBA, but it would be, could be added as a policy or it could be added as a regulation. Regulations are procedures that we follow that would support the policy search and seizure. But it would be added at the end, like, I think it's, I'm not sure exactly the code, but JHG and then -R if we were going to call it a regulation. So.
And so for a parent to see it, they can go to our website.
Correct.
And look at the entire VSBA policy.
Yes.
With our name on it.
Yes. Now, as we move forward, we're going to be adding regulations and to different things as we need them. And regulations don't have to be voted on, or they can be voted on. They're superintendent-driven. For instance, maybe food services has a regulation they want to add to food services. It's kind of more, the policies in general are just skeletal information. The regulations would add a little more meat to the bones and tell people exactly what to do, give you specific steps that you need to take. Our new policy is under school board, the little circle on NCPS web page, and if you go down through school board and it says policies, the old policy is still there, but the new policy is titled New Policy. And you can click on each section and it tells you when it was adopted. So once y'all do this, we'll add it as a revision and the date that it was revised. And this is an ongoing process, so I'm afraid I'll be up here a lot.
It's always happened every month.
Mm-hmm.
It's always-
Always been that way. Does that, any questions about that?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Next, we have action items. Can I get a motion that the school board approves the language arts textbook adoption?
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Sturgeon?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Smiley?
Yes.
Mrs. Garner?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Can I get a motion that the school board approves the personnel agenda?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Sturgeon?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock?
Yes.
Ms. Smiley?
Yes.
Mrs. Garner?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Can I get a motion that we adjourn?
So move.
All right, Ms. Shelworth, you got 5 of us here. Give us some dates so you can ask us. Get an idea of what dates we can and cannot. So you have some idea from 5 of
I
us.
think you're going to send an email, right?
I cannot be, I'm not the school board chairman, Mrs. Weimer. I don't set dates.
I mean, from what you got.
Okay.
She said she's waiting on the chair.
I'm waiting for Mrs. Tanner to answer me. The dates that we're looking at right now are the 27th to the 28th of July. That's the dates that I sent her, sent Mrs. Tanner to look at, because the 22nd, on our timeline, you obviously see the timeline as to how we're going. If we get later, it's going to throw everything off, and we're going to be later getting the superintendent. We've got to look at that timeline and keep to it, so as much as possible. So I asked Mrs. Tanner, because the 22nd wasn't good for several people. We wouldn't have had a quorum, we would have had 4 people show up, that wouldn't have been a quorum on the 22nd. So we're waiting for Mrs. Tanner to tell me if I can send that out. In the meantime, I would look at the 27th and 28th, and hopefully that's gonna be okay. And we can look at those 2 days, and you'll be able to send me something. I'll send out an email of
just need a forum. It's later on, it's when they want everybody, when the interviews start. or the-
At least a forum, you know.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Now,
that's what you
understand
said
that this
day.
meeting that's coming up is to look at the survey count from the VSBA. They're doing survey count. They're gonna show you the percentages of what everybody's voted on, or is on survey. And that's what's going to say what the qualifications are that the public wants. If you're not here, then you're not gonna be a part of that. And we're trying to get you all to be a part of this, which is, you know, it's the main issue, to be a part of it. This is the first part, is getting together and doing the survey, or, the surveys out to the public. And we've done a really good job in the office getting everybody to help out. So I just need those results back. I give them to, the FDA. That's what you're gonna look at. Like I said, we're hoping for the 22nd, it's not gonna work. We already know. So, next email for the date that I presented to, yeah. Well, I'll probably be the one to.
Feedback I'm getting from the public, the survey does not ask certain questions.
I didn't create it.
I know the VSBA is very vague. It doesn't ask, and they've got these things in banks, and I go in the bank, everybody in the bank starts laughing. I mean, it doesn't say, if you read one of them, I guess y'all all have, it doesn't ask you anything. It doesn't say anything about integrity and honesty, it doesn't say anything about, it just doesn't, I mean, you want a superintendent that's been a superintendent, you want a superintendent that's been an assistant superintendent. But that doesn't make any difference. I don't, you can have some great people that are assistant superintendents.
Would we want one that's dishonest?
I'd like to find one that could start that way.
I think we do. I hope not.
But I mean, it doesn't ask the right question.
Okay.
But I don't care. I won't go with it.
Mr. Sturdivant, can I?